Hello, it's Shoes here, and I wanted to talk about a couple of things that had happened last night. Mind you, it's just a bunch of random clips I grabbed from the folder, and then there's going to be a brief clip about something that happened in Steak's Discord, some of the conversations that they'd had, and like a small video. And basically, this will be about Exotic Cow and Steak and a few other people I'll mention. So, briefly in the start, I made a video about Hello, it's Bus, about his cheating. And I had posted that on my YouTube channel, shoes_xd, and in which then, as that concern was raised, people were making comments. And I had written a comment with a post to my Facebook in which I'll be streaming from now. If you find it, check it out, have a follow if you like. Streams will be happening from the future. And then with that, there's a link to my Discord. So a ton of people started coming into my Discord, amazing people, some of the best players in the region. Hello to all of them. And with that, there's a guy in Steak's Discord, the exotic something, not the exotic cow, the exotic something else, that made statements that hello is buses and cheating and stuff like that. And I posted a link to my Discord in his Discord and said, well, if you've got any concerns, come and talk about it in my Discord and we'll talk about it as a community, which is, a good step. So that person didn't actually come, but a person called Chad Wilson had come. And now this person was very toxic, very rude, very inappropriate, started making comments in relation to pedophilia and things like this. And in which then in the end, he started making comments about my dead friend, right? Now, the fact of the matter is, only a certain few people know about my friend, right? Everyone will kind of know that they exist, but only a few people actually know who he was, or like who they were, or how it was a concern to me. And it's basically like Steak's friends that know about this sort of stuff. Mainly Hope Gammon, MK, Jasta, Steak, and Invalid. Now, as this comment was made, I already knew that this Chad Wilson account was Steak. So I had gone into Steak's Discord in which I had made some comments, and Steak will never moderate his channel. He'll never moderate his Discord. He'll never moderate anything like that. And in which then he had tried to divert the situation by asking me to message this person in a DM. Now, when I had then eventually stated that this Chad Wilson person was Steak, I had then made an accusation where basically I'm not the one with the fake accounts, you're the one with the fake accounts. You got fake accounts at the ready, heaps of them, mind you. I know of 3. And in which then you're the one hanging around with children as well. So you've got the fake accounts and you got the children around you, and apparently you've also been grooming people, in which I had been informed by Exotic Cow later on. So we'll get to that. So after I'd made this statement, he didn't actually deny it. And in which then I had made it, Chad Wilson was still typing at this time, but they were typing separately, Steak and Chad Wilson. And I said, prove that it's not the same person by both of you typing a 5-word sentence 3 times at the same time. So that's a very easy thing to do. And in which then it didn't happen. So obviously, in the back in the days when we were in Shadow Moon Valley on Moonguard role playing, or at the inn, and you saw 2 accounts and you wanted to like kind of catch them out, you'd be like, hey, both of you type at the same time and prove that you're not the same person. And then they'd be like, oh, you got me. It's kind of funny kind of thing, situation, and kind of experience. So after I'd made those kind of comments, Chad Wilson went dark, in which more inappropriate comments had been made. So as the conversation had went through, I had made a comment about a few other things, in which then the Exotic Cow had jumped involved in and said, hey, Steak, were you grooming me? And then Steak said yes. Now, a Steak does not lie, right? He always tells the truth. When he was in my team, he admitted to cheating after an accusation and then stopped doing it in the end. Now, eventually he kept doing it, and the only reason why I gave him an endorsement and made the post I did in the first place is because I wanted to pick on Jordation, and I just used Steak as a means to do that. Now, Steak doesn't really have a good mindset or a very good ability to adapt to the game environment himself. He might have a lot of positions in which he can, but his behavior and his inappropriateness doesn't actually work. Now, my concerns is that Steak will sing the ISIS theme, and he will post videos in relation to it and other stuff like that. His Instagram is a picture of Syria, and all these sorts of things. And on top of that, with all the other behavior that you can kind of see with it all, the Exotic Cow had messaged me and asked me for help. Now, he had asked me to write him a document about what happened in his words, and send it to him so he could send it to the AOE staff. Now, when that process had kind of happened, we talked at about 2 a.m. He messaged me, talked for about 2 a.m. for about an hour and a half, and in which then he had helped me get screenshots from Steak's Discord and a few other things, and in which I, obviously with concern, I messaged Steak's family and said, I'm worried about I'm worried about Caleb and things like this. And with that process, I personally believe that Exotic Cow's claims were legitimate and that he did generally fear for his safety. And, when you're helping somebody, you do whatever it takes. You got to say what you have to say. You got to value what you have to value because you're being considerate for this person's feelings. And sometimes you got to tell them what they want to hear. And I personally believe that after I'd sent the document to Exotic Cow, he had read it, and with the level of concern and significance that it was involved, he decided to distance himself from the entire thing completely because he might be a little embarrassed, he might be a little shamed, he might be a little scared, or he might just not want any involvement anymore because he thought twice about it because last night he was panicking and things like this, right? Like who wouldn't, right? You just come to somebody for help with a scenario and things like this. So if you currently want to have a quick listen here, there's going to be a video about what happened in Steak's Discord. If you have any questions, hit the comment section.
Jeez, mate, you find kids delicious, dude. That's gross. Please.
Round 2.
Yeah, why are you always thinking that, bro? You must want to join our little cult.
No, I just want to tell the truth.
No, you see, the difference is that it's weird if you like small little girls, but small little boys, that's fine. That's completely okay.
Embarrassed.
You're allowed to be gay. No, people said, alright, you're allowed to be gay. So small little boys, it's fine.
Yeah, shoes, go for them,
I'm not allowed to say this anymore. I'm technically a pedophile now. I can't say this anymore. I'm going, Jay.